Before I jump into this video, everyone, I want to give a quick shout out to all the members in my What's Up Doc Movie Talk Facebook group. If you're not a member, link is in the description below. Click on it. We recently hit 600 members, and that's awesome. So shout out to everybody in that group, and thank you guys so much for making it grow and keeping the conversations interesting and a fun place. So if you're not a member of the What's Up Doc Movie Talk Facebook group, link is in the description below. Check it out. Enjoy the video. What is up, my movie fanatics, and welcome to another Blu-ray, DVD, and 4K update. I hope you're all doing well. I have a lot to show you guys. I have around 15 titles to show you guys, and I have everything this month. I have a DVD, I have some steel books, I have some 4Ks, I have a Scream Factory, a Vestron, and some Arrow. Yes, I finally caved and started collecting Arrow, and I have to say I'm loving it so far. So this is another rabbit hole I didn't want to go down, but I couldn't help myself. They're putting out too much good stuff, and I couldn't say no any longer. So enough rambling. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Leave me a like if you are, and let's jump right into it. First up, let's start with the DVD. This is actually a double pack, and I've had a lot of people tell me to watch this movie. I would have a good time with it. It's really fun and over the top. So I finally found it actually at work, and that is Pet Sematary 2. Now, I already have Pet Sematary on Blu-ray. You guys know this. I absolutely love Pet Sematary, and everyone said that Pet Sematary 2 is very funny, it's really good, and some people actually say it's better than the original. I did sit down and actually watch Pet Sematary 2, and oh my god, it was good. It was fun, it was wild, it's a little bit over the top, there's some great gore. I really liked it. It was a whole different take on Pet Sematary, but they also, like, you know, kept it linked to the original, which I really liked. It was a fun time. I can't wait to watch this one again. And I know a lot of people are probably wondering, is this a Stephen King movie? It's technically not, because Stephen King never wrote a sequel to Pet Sematary as of now. I mean, he could maybe in the future, but he hasn't yet. So this one's technically just going to go in my DVD section with all my other horror movies. So that is Pet Sematary 2. Jumping into the Blu-rays. Now, I've heard a lot of people say they either love or hate this series. I personally really like it. I don't know why. There's something about it I've always liked, and that is the Insidious series. This is Insidious: The Last Key. This is the most recent movie, and I actually saw this in theaters. And you know what? I really enjoyed it. From the trailers, I remember watching the trailers and thinking that I wasn't going to like it. But this one is a prequel to everything, and it's really good. It focuses mainly on Elise, and I really like Elise. I like the demon in this one. The Further's really interesting. They kind of go into more detail about that, which is kind of my favorite part of this whole series. So I was really glad to see and learn more about Elise and how this all tied into the original story, which is awesome. If you like the Insidious series, I say check this one out. If you're not a huge fan, I don't really see you liking it that much. Next up here is a modern slasher that I've really fell in love with, and I can't believe it took me this long to get the third movie in the series, but it was at the Best Buy dump bin, and that is Hatchet 3. We have Kane Hodder playing Victor Crowley, and we have Danielle Harris, which you can't go wrong with Danielle Harris. Come on, she's at least eye candy. But I love these movies. The first one was awesome. The second one was okay. And the third one I actually probably liked. If I would rank them, it would definitely go probably the first movie. Definitely nothing's going to top that. Then the third movie, Victor Crowley, and then the second. I really had a blast with Victor Crowley as well. I need to pick that one up too. But yeah, Hatchet 3 right now, if you guys are looking for it, it's at the Best Buy dump bin. That's where I found it. I actually didn't even, the Best Buy that I was at didn't even have a dump bin. I had to go, like, they had like an overstock section. It was really weird. Must have been something new they were trying. I don't know. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of the Hatchet series below. I love the use of practical effects, and the kills remind me of Mortal Kombat fatality kills. I know that sounds ridiculous, but it really does. So fantastic series. This next movie actually slipped through my fingers as well. I actually thought I had it. Thank God I log all my stuff on Blu-ray.com's app. But I didn't have it. I had to pick this up on Amazon. I paid under 10 bucks for it, and that is House of a Thousand Corpses. Now, I love Catherine Spaulding. This is my favorite Rob Zombie movie next to Devil's Rejects. I just love how this sets up the Devil's Rejects and how, like, it all flows together nice. Anything else Rob Zombie is actually a hit or a miss for me. I do love these two movies a lot, and they're fun. They're different. So if you've never seen these movies, you're in for a treat. But if you're not a fan of Rob Zombie, I still say give them a chance because there is hope. But yeah, like for me, most of his movies are hit and miss. But this one and Devil's Rejects are definitely my favorite. As you guys know, I'm getting into more and more Italian horror. I've watched Suspiria, and I watched Demons recently. The more Italian horror I watch, the more I love it. I just like the style. I love it's somewhat out there sometimes. Like, Demons was a lot of fun. I love how it took place in a theater. So I was at work, and when I found this, I had to pick it up, and that is Deep Red. I've heard a lot of people talk about this on Facebook and on Instagram and Twitter. So this is one that I had to pick up. This is the Blue Underground of it, and I've heard a lot of good things about this movie. I will be checking this out soon. I know the next Italian horror flick that I want to check out is From Beyond. And I also just watched City of the Living Dead as well, and that was fun. So the more I watch, the more I love. I can't get enough of it. So I'm really excited to have this one in the collection. If you guys know anything about Deep Red, please let me know in the comments below. These next two are 4Ks, and to see them on 4K is actually a dream come true. They're both two of my favorite John Carpenter movies. And first up, we have Christine. And you guys know, not only is Christine a favorite John Carpenter movie of mine, it's also a favorite Stephen King. I love the whole possessed car type thing. The idea behind it freaks me out. I don't know why. It always has, always will. And the way she takes over Arnie, and the scene where she gets completely crumbled and beat up, basically, and pops back out and comes back to life is incredible. I don't know. I always love this movie. It's always freaked me out. If you've never seen it, you're crazy. This is definitely a Carpenter and Stephen King classic. And the other John Carpenter film that I picked up was Halloween. This was insane to find, you guys. I saw people like picking it up at Walmart mostly. Of all places, Walmart. I actually went to 5 different stores to look. I went to 2 Targets, and they said that it didn't come out yet. It was a mess, and I went to a few Walmarts. Luckily, I got super lucky, and the last Walmart I went to was actually my local Walmart, and the one that's actually closest to my house, and I got it. I personally love Halloween. It puts me in that Halloween spirit. It means a lot to me, and I want to give a huge shout out to Outlaw of the Dead, because when I did his artwork for him, he said to go pick this up. It was on him. So it was very nice of him to buy this for me. I really appreciate it, Outlaw. Thank you so much. Every year, Outlaw and I watch the entire Halloween series. We've been doing it now for like 3 years, and it gets better every time we do it. So to have this on 4K, we watched it already. It's beautiful. It looks great. It's clean. Has some great grain on it. Everything I love about it. So I'm excited for the new Halloween. This was a nice surprise when they announced this. So if you guys didn't pick this up and you have a 4K setup, I highly recommend it. Moving on to the exclusives, and believe it or not, the rest of this haul is actually all exclusives or collector items. First up here, we have some steelbooks. We have the Nightmare Before Christmas steelbook. This was a Best Buy exclusive. Jack actually glows in the dark, and Jess and I picked this up. If you guys want to see the video, we actually did an unboxing of all this and talked about these movies. Fantastic movie. I love it for Halloween. I love it for Christmas. It's probably my favorite Disney movie. I love Jack a lot. I love Sally. I love their whole relationship and everything about that. Fantastic steelbook. I've actually gotten away from steelbooks. I do not collect steelbooks anymore. But when I saw these two, I had to have them. I really did. Fantastic steelbooks. I hope everybody got a chance to pick them up. I know they were really hard to find at first, but then they re-released them, and now it was much easier to get. So check your local Best Buys if you haven't picked this up yet. This next one is one of Jess's favorite Halloween movies of all time. She watches this every October, and that is Hocus Pocus. Now, I know I said I'm getting away from steelbooks. The reason why I like this steelbook so much is because it looks like the witch's book. That's what I love about it. It looks like the spell book. If they did more steelbooks like this, where it's actually like a prop of the movie, like in this case it's the spell book. They did the spell book for Doctor Strange. They did a hard drive for Ant-Man. When they do things like that, I like the steelbook more. I think they put more thought into it. It seems cooler because it's almost like you have a piece of the movie. Just like they did for Guardians of the Galaxy, they did the Walkman with the mixtape in it. That's the kind of stuff I like. Those are probably the steelbooks that I will collect from now on, but everything else, they do a steelbook for everything. There's no point for me to keep up with it all. So this is a beautiful steelbook, hands down probably one of my favorite steelbooks. If you want to see more about it, check out that video where me and Jess did a unboxing of these movies. These next two movies are from Umbrella Entertainment, and Umbrella is slowly becoming one of my favorite companies. They're very reasonably priced. They're all region free for the most part. I haven't really heard anybody say that there is a region lock on any of them. And also their transfers are great, and they're putting out some of my favorite titles. So the first one that I picked up is Night of the Living Dead, the remake. This is from 1990. It's been a really long time since I've seen this movie, so to sit here and say I like it or hate it would be wrong. I know I like it. I do remember a little bit of it, but I don't remember enough to sit here and give you guys a full review and my full thoughts on it. But I do remember it a little bit. I do remember enjoying it enough and seeing it for $12, $13. That's the cheapest I've seen it recently. I had to have it. I'm a huge fan of the original Night of the Living Dead. And it's fun to just, you know, sometimes have the original and the remake so you can watch them, compare them. Not only that, but this is a very highly talked about remake. It's up there with Evil Dead and Texas Chainsaw Massacre 03, excuse me. Yeah, I'm really excited to revisit this, and I'm probably going to do a Stardust review on it because I'm actually really excited to revisit this one again. If you like the Night of the Living Dead remake, let me know in the comments below. And what do you like more, the Night of the Living Dead remake or the original? Let me know in the comments below. This next one I've seen a lot of people talk about on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And everybody says the same thing. If you love Jaws and you love shark movies, this is as close as you're going to get to a rip-off Jaws and shark movie. Everyone says it's fantastic, and that is Orca. It's about a killer whale, you guys. Enough said. I've never seen this. This is a complete blind buy. But everybody saying that it's a Jaws rip-off, but it's a really good one, makes me so excited. I can't wait to dive into this one. Like I said, I've heard nothing but good things. If anybody could tell me anything about this movie at all, please let me know in the comments below, because I haven't heard anything negative about it. There's not really any special features on these. That's one thing I will say about Umbrella that's a little weak. They lack special features. But other than that, I can't complain because they put out great movies, great transfers, and fantastic prices. So that is Orca. This next company I really like. I know they put out some good stuff, but to be honest, I didn't know a lot about their movies, so I never picked anything up except for the Wishmaster collection, and that company is Vestron. I'm slowly getting into them a little bit. I'm kind of asking and putting my feelers out there, asking people what they think of some of the movies, and I heard a lot of great things about Blood Diner. I recently just watched this. It is totally out there. It's wacky, it's strange, there's a ton of gore, there's a great comedy in this, and it's really over the top. But I had a good time with it. I will say this movie's not for everybody, because if you don't like movies that are over the top or just kind of out there and strange, you're not going to enjoy this movie. Next up, we have a Scream Factory, and you guys know every video I like to have at least one Scream Factory and or a Stephen King movie. It wouldn't be a doc update without one. So this one, I know nothing about, but it's a John Carpenter movie, and the things that I did hear about it were very good, and that is In the Mouth of Madness. This is something I know nothing about, but I love John Carpenter. Any John Carpenter movie that I've ever seen, I've thoroughly enjoyed. I don't know if there's a bad Carpenter movie out there. If there is, let me know. But I personally have never seen a bad Carpenter film. Plus, like I said, it's Scream Factory, it's Carpenter. I'm sure I'm going to have fun with this one. I've heard some good things about it. I really have. If you guys own this and have seen it, let me know. This one's loaded with special features. So that's one good thing. You guys can pause that if you guys can read that. But I'm really excited to dive into the special features with this one. It sounds fun and unique. It sounds typical Carpenter, so I can't wait to dive into this one. Now, I know on my channel many times I've said I never wanted to dive down the rabbit hole in collecting Arrow. But I am blaming CD Warehouse. I have to blame CD Warehouse. I love you guys, but I'm blaming you guys for this one. I went into work the one day, and I was told that somebody traded in some Arrow videos. And I was all excited. I was like, well, let me take a look at them. I went through them, and I found Brain Damage. Now, this movie didn't have a slip, but thank God for Facebook and some really good people out there. I just put in some of the groups that was looking for the slip, and a gentleman got a hold of me, and he sold it to me for a very, very reasonable price. He was just basically trying to help me out, and he wasn't in it for money. Now, I've never seen Brain Damage, but I've heard a lot of the great things about it. I've heard some bad things about it, too. I've heard it's cheesy, it's over the top, it's really out there, it's different. But to me, that's everything that I love. I can't wait to actually watch this one. In fact, I'm probably going to do a Stardust review on that as well. This next In the Flash Stardust review is going to mainly be just horror movies that I want to watch. We're in October. That's mainly what I focus on. So bear with me through this last month until we get into the user picks, which I'll talk about more about that later. Anyway, I'm so excited to have this, and I'm very lucky that I was able to find the slip. Once again, CD Warehouse, I blame you. I've been buying a lot there. So if anybody knows anything about Brain Damage, please let me know. And you guys know my taste. You know what I like. let me know if I would like it or not. I can't wait to review this one and talk more about this one. These next two arrows I've actually seen, and I love both of these movies. First up, we have Basket Case. I picked this one up down at Scarefest when we were down visiting Outlaw. Picked this up at his FYE. Had a slip and everything. You want to talk about a fun, I consider it a creature feature. Totally fun, crazy, off-the-wall creature feature. This is it. Whoever came up with this whole idea, I don't want to give it away. It's genius. I've watched this movie now twice, and I can't help but laugh and have so much fun with it. And this slipcover is gorgeous. It's the basket, and you see the claws with that beautiful glossy red there in Basket Case. Fantastic. Fantastic movie. If you've never seen this, there's an Amaray out there as well. I highly recommend you picking it up and checking it out because it's a lot of fun, especially if you like creature features. And last but not least, I'm super lucky to have this one and super excited to own it. And I'm going to give a quick shout out to David Clayton, which you guys know from my channel before. He's the good friend of mine who sent me all this awesome Italian horror, and he's the one that's teaching me and showing me all about Italian horror, which I can't thank him enough for. Anyway, he messaged me one day and said on Amazon Canada that this arrow was on sale, and I want to say, I don't remember exactly what I paid, but I know it was under $20. I do know that. It was under 20 bucks, and that is the big box of Last House on the Left. Now, I love this movie. The remake is good as well. It's not as good as this one. This one's better. But you want to talk about a disturbing, messed up, crazy movie. This is it. I remember seeing this a long time ago, and this is one of those movies that really made me, like, kind of realize that I was into that weird stuff, like demented and just, I don't know, what we consider immoral? I don't know how else to say it. But this is a demented, sick movie. But what you get in this gorgeous box set, you get, of course, the Blu-ray. This is a 3-disc set with a beautiful, with this original artwork. This is gorgeous. I love this. I don't know, it freaks me out. It really freaks me out. Freaks me out. It reminds me of almost like a missing poster or something. Freaks me out. There's all the back for you guys. You can skim. Hold on. I'm sorry. Well, there's the lighting. It wouldn't be a video without it. There we go. I hope y'all can read that and see that. Pause it. Read it. A lot of stuff on there to talk about and read about. When you open it up, you get your 3 discs. Here's 1 and 2 right there. And the 3rd disc. Like I said, I flipped the artwork over because I like the new commission. It's on the box, but I also love this as well. Next thing you get is this gorgeous booklet, what I like to consider toilet reading, because that's time when men have free time to sit there and read the newspaper, read your favorite Playboy, or go ahead and read about movies. I haven't really gone through this yet. I did skim through it, but I haven't read it much yet, but there's a lot of crazy pictures here from the movie, and I'm sure there's a lot of great facts and what Wes Craven's vision was for this movie. Like I said, fantastic toilet reading. I will read this whole booklet because that's the whole reason why I wanted this set. I love to learn and just get to know as much about a movie as I possibly can, especially one that I really enjoy. And finally here, if I could open this up, you get a really thick, well-made, gorgeous poster. You get with the new commission artwork here. And the reverse artwork. So that's a problem. How do you pick just one? Or you can see if you can get like a double-sided... Is there such thing as a double-sided frame where you could just flip it around? That'd be kind of cool, if there is such a thing. But this is thick. This is a well-made poster. I've heard people talk about these posters and say they don't mess around. They don't mess around. Am I going to frame it? Not right now. I'm probably going to wait until I have a house with more space. I also have the Phantasm poster as well that came with the box set. And I kind of want to, you know, do it then and frame them and do everything properly. But it's a gorgeous set, and I'm really glad to have it. So thank you so much again, David Clayton. Shout out to you and finding that deal, because you know I've been looking for Arrow, and you know I've been looking for good deals. Once again, shout out to David Clayton. Also, shout out to Outlaw of the Dead. If you guys haven't checked out his channel, link is always in the description below. Shout out to Slasher Junkie. He may be coming back. You never know. So keep an eye on his channel. Check out his channel. Go ahead and give him a subscribe if you haven't already. And also, shout out to CD Warehouse. Thank you so much, everyone, for looking out for me. and letting me know when stuff comes in that I thoroughly enjoy, that I've been looking for. It really means a lot. So there you have it, guys. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I just realized now that this update is completely horror. There is nothing but horror movies. That's awesome. Tis the season now. You guys know that I'm trying to expand it as much as I can, and I'm really focusing on collector's items and Scream Factory and Arrow now. So anyway, if you like this video and you want to see more, give me a thumbs up. Lets me know you're enjoying my content. If you're new to my channel and you like movies as much as I do, click that subscribe button. Also, do not forget to click that notification bell. I upload videos every Friday or Saturday, and as always, take care and happy watching.